Welcome to my online class. My topic for the day is a poem from our English book Hornbill, and the title of the poem is A Photograph, written by Shirley Towson. Actually, this present poem, A Photograph, is a tribute from a daughter to his mother. In this poem, it has three different stanzas which presents different stages of human life. So in the first stanza, the poet has described about the childhood of her mother. In the second stanza, she has expressed her youth, that is, after nearly 20 or 30 years after this of her childhood. And here the mother expresses her happiness as well as grief over the snapshot. And at the end, the poetess expresses grief at the loss of her mother as she is no more today. So let's read the stanza of the poem first. The cardboard shows me how it was when the two girl cousins went paddling, each one holding one of my mother's hands, and see the big girl, some 12 years or so. All three stood still to smile through their hair at the uncle with the camera. A sweet face, my mother's, that was before I was born, and the sea, which appears to have changed less, washed their terribly transient feet. Some 20-30 years later, she would laugh at the snapshot, see Petey and Dolly. She would say, and look how they dressed us for the beach. The sea holidays was her past, mine in her laughter. Both right with the labored age of loss. So we have seen how the poetess Shirley Towson has beautifully expressed the childhood days of her mother. The cardboard shows me how it was. So here the cardboard is the frame on which the poet's mother's photo was posted. So whenever she used to see the cardboard, this cardboard reminds her of her mother. So this cardboard contains a beautiful picture of her mother, that is when she was a very young girl. When the two girl cousins went paddling, each one holding one of my mother's hand. And in this picture, there were two other figures of the cousin of the poet's mother. So in the figure, in the portrait, we can see that there are three different pictures. One of the poetess mother and two were her cousins. So when in this picture, what was shown? In the picture, we can see that the two girl cousins of the poet's mother, they were just paddling. Paddling here means walking bare feet in the shallow sea. So as they were moving at the coast of the sea, so they were paddling, they were walking in the water, and during that time, both the cousins of the girl's mother, they were holding the poetess mother's hand. And see the big girl, some 12 years or so. And among these three girls, the poet's mother was the eldest. And at that time, she assumed her mother's wife to be 12 years, or it may be less than or above 12 years. So at this age, she a chance to see or the sea coast. And she was the tallest and the eldest girl among them, and the other two girls, they were standing on both sides of the poet's mother. All three stood still to smile through their hair at the uncle with the camera. And when they were paddling through the water, they were smiling because they were expressing their happiness. All the three girls, they were very happy on visiting the sea coast, and all the three girls, they seems to be very happy. And when they were paddling through the water, maybe the wind was blowing faster, so all their hairs were just scattered over their faces, and they were smiling to give their pose or snapshot as their uncle, who was taking their photographs with his camera. So all the three girls seems to be very excited and happy on facing the camera as well as walking through the sea. A sweet face, my mother's, that was before I was born. So here the poetess now try to express how beautiful her mother was when she was very young. That can be easily seen in the picture which she is just describing or pen portraiting. And the sea, which appears to have changed less, was their terribly transient feat. Here transient means temporary. So what happened? Here the author, the poet, is trying to compare human life with the sea. The sea seems to be permanent. Since from her mother's childhood and till date, the sea seems to be unchanged. There is no any major changes noticed in the sea, but as compared to the life of a sea, human beings are very transient, very temporary. So human life is very short-lived, but sea has a larger lifespan. So we cannot, the poet has not observed any change in the sea, but throughout her life she has seen many changes. And this sea water, as they were walking through the water, this sea water is washing their feet. Transient feet means temporary. Means here transient feet refers to the short lifespan of human beings. So in this first stanza we have seen how the poetess has described about her mother and her cousins. Now the second stanza shifted to the other part of her mother's life. Some 20-30 years later, she would laugh at the snapshot. So as the photograph was on the cardboard in their drawing room, so after 20 or 30 years, when her mother herself looked into the photograph, she used to laugh at that snapshot because it has certain memories. It has captured certain memories of their childhood. So she used to feel very happy. Sometimes she used to laugh on seeing this photograph. See Betty and Dolly. So the name of the two cousins of the poet's mother were Betty and Dolly. She would say, and look how they dressed us for the beach. And again, these words she used to speak with to her daughter Shirley Tolson. So on indicating or on pointing towards the photograph, she used to talk with her daughter that see my cousins Betty and Dolly, and she was laughing at their funny dresses and said how our uncle or our parents has dressed us for the beach. So she was just laughing today after 20 or 30 years only at the funny dresses they were wearing at the while moving on the seashore. The sea holidays was her past, mine in her laughter, both wry with the labored age of loss. Now, the poetess expressed grief that the sea holidays, which were captured by the snapshot in form of photograph, sometimes the mother felt happy on seeing these photographs as it captured their memories of their pleasant childhood, and simultaneously she also felt grief and sad that today how quickly time has changed. She has lost all the happinesses, all the carefree attitude of their childhood today. And also the poetess Shirley Towson felt unhappy because today she could never find the laughter of her mother as she is no more. So both wry with the labored ease of loss. Here wry means disappointed, disgusted. So both are very unhappy because both seems to be losing something. So her mother lost her sea holidays, means her childhood has passed very swiftly. So she felt sad on remembering her childhood days, and again the poetess felt grief and sad for the loss of her mother. Now today she could not find the laughter, she could not hear the laughter of her mother, and thus we have seen that how both of the characters, the daughter and as well as her mother, seems to be sad. And now the last stanza. Now she has been dead nearly as many years as that girl lived, and of these circumstances there is nothing to say at all. It's silence, silences. So these are the concluding lines, which are very beautiful, and here the poetess seems to be nostalgic. She is unhappy because now she is remembering her mother, her dead mother. So she felt very sad on reminding those unpleasant memories of her death. Now she has been dead nearly as many years as that the girl lived. So the poetess has composed this poem after many years of her death. So she said that today the time when she is composing or writing these lines, it is many years after her mother's death, and that girl lived, and of these circumstances there is nothing to say at all. So circumstances means the incident. So means the incident means the loss of her mother, the death of her mother. So as now the poetess is describing about or narrating about the death of her mother, so she confesses that under such circumstances, means when I am sharing information about the death of my mother, then under such circumstances, under such grief-stricken or sad circumstances, there is nothing to say at all. So it means the poetess seems to be emotional, and she failed to utter any words. She was speechless on remembering the death of her mother, and so she did not speak any word. She failed to express her views in form of words also, and thus she concluded these lines. It's silence, silences. Here, silence, silences means finally the poetess mother, she took her last breath and all her life came to an end. So this was the end of her mother's life. So in the last stanza we have seen that how the author has very painfully expressed the death of her mother, and really it is very difficult to express those unpleasant memories, especially the death of our dear ones, which are who are very close to our hearts. So really it is very painful to lose our dear ones. So in this story we have seen how through a photograph, how the poetess was inspired to write, to compose a poem as a tribute to her mother, and she got inspiration from a photograph which was which was hanging on the wall of their drawing room. Also in this poem, the poet has tried to express certain values. First one is, life is temporary. It means nothing is permanent in human life. So we all human beings have a span of life. So it depends from individual to individual how much or how long we can live or sustain on this planet. So definitely who is born, he has certain limited periods in which he have to perform. The second value which the poet has tried to highlight is that death is inevitable. It means it is certain that who is born, who has got life, will have to die one day. So all living organisms are very prone to death and decay. So every creature who is living will have to die one day. So this is an important fact. And third one important is importance of photographs. Importance of photographs. So we can say that photographs preserves our memories. So as the time passes, a human beings may change, but photograph seems to be eternal, means permanent. They can never change. So photographs are the real images of our past. So we used to take snapshots or photographs. We make photograph albums only to preserve our memories. So this is all about this beautiful poem written by Shirley Tolson. That's end of the poem. Have a good day. Take care.